Arizona. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Arizona Cardinals. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olsen. Will Reichert will get this one started. Off we go from Glendale. And he's stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
On the set. Let's go. Viking 18.
From the shotgun, they'll throw to get this one started. Into space at the 45. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Get it. Bronco 80.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's an Arizona first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. They'll bring up second down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Ready.
On the gun, they'll try to run it. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And the defense has come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion. They continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
On first and 10. Picked off by Troy Anderson. And the Vikings are going to get the football here. They force the INT on the game's opening drive.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Here we go. 60 bucks.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Got it. Ready? Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready? Ready?
Now, faking the give. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Come on, come on. Panther 60. Cougar 19. 19 Riot.
He'll look to throw. He's got it about the 8. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Give him 27. And it's 1st and goal. Receiver in motion. Going right.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
A run on 1st and goal. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal.
Get it. 18 Rock. 70 Lions. Buffalo 18. Go.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is caught. And he's close to the goal line but didn't get in. Good job to make sure he doesn't cross the plane. And now it's 3rd and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
Ready.
They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. His first touchdown of the new campaign. Reichard good with the extra point. And the Vikings will take a 7-0 lead. Reichard out now following the touchdown. He kicks this one away. This one taken at the 7. And this will work out quite well. Could get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
Ready, set. Ready.
They'll begin here on the ground. A good physical rush, motoring forward for 9.
Like the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches.
Here we go. Here we go. Let go.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup. But that is enough for a 1st down.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch. And that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection. And while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Hurt.
Back to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
Let's go. Fix the Eagles.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he'll take this one in. Touchdown, Cardinals.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. This returnable from the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Ready? 18. Rig. 19 right.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds it downfield. It's Felton. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end, because I promise you that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. High. Felton. Touchdown, Vikings. That his second TD catch of the season.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Now return, coming from the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
Come on. Set. Hurt. Right there. Hurt. Hey, check that. Street.
Right away, they'll to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. We are through one. It's the Vikings with the edge. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10.
70 Rangers.
Now they'll set up to throw. In the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A gain of 21 on that pass play. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
Red. 70 Lions.
Back to the air one more time. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll look to throw yet again. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. Tyler Loop now to try the field goal. This a 48-yard attempt. His kick is good. And the Cardinals are back within 4. That's 14-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This fielded at about the 9. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. At their own 24-yard line.
Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, Dragon 60. Panther 11, Panther 10.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. This is caught down the right sideline. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. That's good for 27 and a first down. To break the huddle, coming up now for first and 10.
Here we go. Set. Liking 18. 5 here. Ready.
Hill looks to throw. That's deep for the back of the end zone. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kool-Aid McKinstry.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you were sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
So, from the 26-yard line, here is 2nd and 4.
Panther 60. Panther go.
They'll stick with him again. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Cardinals line up for a punt. And it turns out to be a very nice return as he's finally escorted out of bounds.
At their own 45-yard line.
Come on. Come on. Set. Cougar 19.
Trying to start on the ground, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd down.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Bronco 80.
He'll drop to throw. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field. And not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they'll get about half of what they needed to pick up a 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Hold it ready. Ready. Panther 11. Cowboy 80.
A throw right side is intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
Throw here down the field. It was ball incomplete.
He's lucky this one didn't go back the other way, Mike. He got away with just a bad decision, bad throw, and defensively, you get a chance to steal a possession for your offense. You got to capitalize and make those plays.
Second and 10.
Ready? Viking 18. Rig alert, rig alert. Streak, check, 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 check.
Quick throw here is complete. A minute 56 to play in this first half. We'll have more from Glendale after this. Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Panther 60, Panther.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
60 Maverick, 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Throwing now from the gun. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got us. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long.
Brings up third down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 19 Lions. Ready?
That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the 40.
Intercepted by the Vikings. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Warriors 70, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready?
They'll look to throw here on first down. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
18.
First down.
Here we go, here we go.
It's a
18,
gain of
Panther 60,
25
Panther
yards.
60.
First down, Vikings.
To the air now on first and 10. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It's second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Cut 19, cut 19. Go.
Back to the air again on second and 10. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's first and 10.
Ball leading. Trap 60, trap 60.
They're going to put a man in motion to the right. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll look to throw again. That's a short one caught by Laporta. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. That's the second charge timeout for Minnesota. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. is 3rd and 6.
Let's go now. Hot 70, hot 70.
Higgins sent in motion. Headed left, buying time. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. This is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. And that kick will help extend the lead, but remember, Mike, it's still a one-possession game. Halftime's right around the corner, so both teams, there's a lot of work left to be done before we crown a winner here.
Closing seconds of this first half, and this kickoff is away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Ready, break. Here we go, set. Hut.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. 2nd down.
Tyler Luke set to kick off.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Go. Ready.
Now, faking the give. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got it. Jordan Hurts getting in there to bring him down. His first sack of the season. Back to throw. This defense pinning their ears back, coming to get him again.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
70 Timberwolves. Mustang 19. 79 Broncos. Buffalo 18.
Slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. And that is incomplete. Ty Felton, the intended receiver that time. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Ty Zentner to kick it, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This returnable from inside his own 40. And it's a decent return. Gets some of that yardage back before he's forced out of bounds. Up the middle they go. And good hard running there. He'll push his way forward. Gain of about 5.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Pick this one up on the ground. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's fourth down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
Let's go now.
He'll get this out to the left flat, and he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
From the 43, here's second and 2. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Open man downfield. It's Laporta. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
26 yards. First down, Minnesota.
They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10.
Here we go. Set. Cougar 19. Cougar 19.
He'll look to throw. Right side, and it's pulled in by Felton. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
A gain of 9.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Get it. Hey, Panther 11. Panther 11. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is caught. Side of the end zone. High. Felton. Touchdown, Minnesota. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
And this is where it pays to have a strong arm to throw this sort of outbreaking route, Mike, towards the boundary in tight coverage. You got to have a lot of faith that you're going to get that ball there. If you're a little late, but this ball is underthrown, it could result in a pick six the other direction. Instead, he fires it and he puts it on a line, and the result is a touchdown.
Will Reichert to
figure it out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
At their own 22-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Tag. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
Ready up.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 4.
Ready, ready. Cowboy 80. Dragon 60. Ready, ready.
Now they'll set up to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
Come on, set. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Go.
Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd
Cowboy
and
80.
3.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And he won't be able to take it all the way in, but that is a great return, and they are set up 1st and goal.
1st down and goal to go at the 6-yard line.
Let's go now. Cougar 19. Ready.
This one caught at the 4. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal.
So he gets on the board, first catch of his career. I can promise you he's going to hang on to that ball. Now, it wasn't the flashiest of plays, but just try to get him comfortable and try to settle him into this game.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And the Cardinals are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
So every team practices this on both sides of the ball. They call it sudden change. So in this case, the offense takes the field quickly following the defensive takeaway, and now you want to get off to a fast start, generate a quick play, and spark your possession, and it's exactly what they're able to do here, picking up that 1st down.
They'll throw out of the gun. He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. How about this one, too, to start the drive? Mark him off with a gain of 24 and another 1st down. Open space to the 35. And He will score! Touchdown, Arizona. And his second touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him. And that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Bill looks to throw. That's going to wind up incomplete. They tried for 2, and it does not pan out. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Tyler Luke set to kick off.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. The return starts from the 5.
Let's go. Hurt. 18 Cardinal. Panther 11.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He finds a man downfield. It's Felton. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Trap 50. Purple 80. 70 Ranger.
Slot man in motion left. On first and 10, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Cut 19. Mustang 19.
He'll drop to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. 18 yards on the catch and run will move the chains.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Brings up second and 9.
From the 33, here's second down and 9.
Ready? 60 Eagles. 7 Pirates. 19 tight. Go.
To left side, that's caught by Felton. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag back in the backfield. Is it a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? First and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Cougar.
Back to the ground after the penalty. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Vikings. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a two-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a two-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Bill Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Reichard out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
On the jump. 60 Eagles. 60
Now give on the ground. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
Here we go. Start. Hey.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again.
At this point, we're going to need two hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
It's third and 4.
Ready.
Now off the bootleg. He'll look to throw here. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Let's go now. Bronco 80.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
We'll try again. It's second and 10.
Set. Bobcat. 70 Lions.
Quick throw, taken in, and that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down.
Cowboy 80.
They send a receiver in motion left. They'll throw here on third and short. And this is caught on the sideline. Going to have the first down for, wait a minute, maybe not. They say the feet were out of bounds. Wow. Big, tight call there. For the moment, it'll be fourth down.
Cup next. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings. 18 Ramblers. 18 Ramblers. Go.
Back to throw. That's taken in. And he's going to pick up the Vikings' first down. As that'll be a gain of 15 on fourth down.
At the 43-yard line.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Here we go. Here we go. Rig alert. Rig alert.
They'll stay on the ground. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Ready, ready. Set, ready.
They'll drop to throw. Forced out wide. Taking off. He'll try to get there. And he's close to the goal line. Took a big shot at the end. But he indeed will have them set up for first and goal.
Here you are at the end of the game. You need a stop. You find yourself trailing. You have everybody covered, and the quarterback gets loose. Those are the plays that just kill a defensive coordinator. You're about to force a punt, about to get the ball back to your offense.
And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Will Reichard now on for the extra point. It's up and good. The Vikings will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
On the jump.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Set it. Cougar 19.
Throwing now from the gun. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. And the Vikings will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
At their own 45-yard line.
Ready. Go. Hawk 70. Ready.
And he's going to be taken down. They get 11. And quickly pick up the first down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. So it is a win for our visitors, the Vikings. They're able to build on the solid performance of a week ago, and they make it 2 in a row with the victory here in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.